It began with silence. Not the peaceful kind, but the kind that hums beneath your skin. The kind that makes you feel the universe holding its breath. For billions of years, the sun had risen faithfully, a golden heart beating warmth into the endless dark. But one day, it didn't. The world waited for dawn, and dawn never came. At first, no one believed it. Astronomers scrambled, radio telescopes screamed static. Maybe it was a solar eclipse, maybe dust, maybe interference. But as hours passed, the truth settled like frost. The sun was gone. Not dimmed, not hidden, gone, as if erased from the sky itself. And with it, the heartbeat of life began to fade. The first day felt strange, almost surreal. People went to work, to school, to cafes lit by artificial lamps. They laughed nervously, pretending it was temporary. But by nightfall, which never ended, laughter died. Temperatures plunged. Within days, the warmth that wrapped our planet bled away into space. The air itself grew heavy and brittle, crystals of frozen moisture glittering in the dark like shattered glass. The oceans began to freeze from the top down. The wind stopped. The sky, once blue, turned black and hard as obsidian. Earth was falling asleep, and nothing could wake her. Weeks passed. Civilization cracked under the cold. Crops withered. Power grids collapsed. The last remaining satellites drifted off course, their solar panels useless. The green disappeared first. Forests turned gray. Grasslands fell silent. Animals vanished into the frost, and human cities became islands of flickering light in a sea of endless night. Governments called for unity. But unity means little when the world is dying. So humanity did what it always does. It adapted. Beneath the frozen crust, they built sanctuaries, vast networks of tunnels warmed by geothermal breath. There, humanity survived, barely. They built farms beneath artificial suns, tiny engines of defiance glowing in the void. Children were taught of a mythical light that once bathed the world, a warmth so bright it painted the oceans blue and the grass green. But to them, it was a legend, a bedtime story. Light was a myth. Decades turned into centuries. Generations born in the dark grew pale, quiet, watchful. They learned to see in the faintest glimmer, to navigate by memory and pulse. The old ones still whispered of the sun, how it rose like fire and set like a promise, how it gave everything, asking for nothing. And the young ones would listen in silence, as if hearing the song of a ghost. Then one day, something stirred. In a forgotten observatory deep beneath the ice, a faint signal shimmered through the static, a pulse of light. At first, no one dared to hope, but the readings were real. A newborn star, far away, had begun to burn. Its light was weak, distant, but alive. Photons, the first in thousands of years, brushed the edge of Earth's frozen atmosphere, and for the first time in ages, darkness trembled. Humanity emerged from the tunnels, faces pale against the silver ice. They looked up, and there it was. Not the sun they lost, but a spark of light in the infinite black. It was small, fragile, but real. And in that fragile glow, humanity remembered who they were. They weren't children of the dark. They were keepers of the flame. The universe had taken their sun, but not their fire. In time, the ice began to melt. Machines hummed. The planet exhaled. And life, stubborn, unyielding life, found its way back through the cracks. Not the same as before, but reborn. The sun never returned, but humanity had learned the oldest truth of all, that the greatest light doesn't burn in the sky, it burns within us. So, when you wake tomorrow and sunlight spills across your face, feel it, remember it. Because every sunrise is not just another day, it is a miracle, a whisper from the void that says, you are still alive. And somewhere in the cold silence of space, the stars are listening. They know that even if the sun dies, the light never truly goes out.